This is the place, Canandaigua VA Medical Center. Veteran population being served is 20,000 and growing. A place where a vet can go and get the best care in the world. Some don't always see it that way. Violence is common in healthcare settings across the country. More than 50% of all recorded workplace assaults happen in hospitals, clinics, and other healthcare settings. These are the kind of people that make work for me. I carry a badge. My name is Friday. It was Tuesday in September, a sunny day, and I was working the threatening phone call division. It was 7:30 a.m. I arrived early and got started in a hurry. A veteran wanted a prescription renewed, so he made a phone call to an innocent employee. He became frustrated to the point where he made a threat. It's my job to make sure nobody gets hurt.
The story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Hey, this is Jeanette. How can I help you?
Yeah, this is Mr. Smith calling. I'm in a lot of pain. I need to get my prescription refilled right now.
Well, Dr. X is not available today, so I'll have to ask another doctor to see if they could cover the refill for you.
Okay, yeah, well, you do that.
Okay, hold on for one moment.
This is taking forever.
Hi, Mr. Smith, I'm back. He is going to write you a very short supply of your hydrocodone, and you can come pick that up today.
A short supply? What do you mean a short supply? I want a full supply. You know, you people keep jerking me around. I've been through this. I can't take it anymore. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm going to come in there with a gun and take care of this myself, you bitch.
Oh dear. That wasn't good. That's the same old Mr. Smith. He makes this threat all the time. Not even going to report this. Oh wow. Who's next?
This is an incorrect response from the employee. Let's see what another poor response would be, this time from law enforcement after the threat is reported.
Hey, Jeanette, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Officer Natty?
Not bad. What's going on today?
Oh, I just received a phone call from Mr. Smith. He's threatening me with a gun. He's very upset because his medication wasn't given to him in a timely manner. So I called you because I didn't know what else to do. He was very upset. He said that he's been waiting for his medications and he's sick of our crap. He's waited long enough and he is just so upset and in so much pain that he wants his medicine. So I had another doctor prescribe a short refill for him until he can be seen by his other permanent PCP until he's available. And he wasn't happy with that either. He totally went off on me and said that he was going to come in and take care of everybody and he was going to bring a gun.
All right, well, look, I got some information for me, but, you know, I know who this guy is, and there's nothing to worry about, so I'll see you later, all right?
All right.
All right.
Have a good day. Thanks for coming.
No problem. I know this guy. I'm not even going to report this.
The officer made the wrong choice by not carrying out his report. Now let's see how the threat should have been reported in the first place.
Oh, holy cow. I better notify the police. Hello, Officer Inati. This is Jeanette Smith from Dr. X's office. Could you please come to my office? I just had a patient verbally threaten me over the phone. Thank you. See you in a minute.
Hey, Jeanette. How's it
Hi,
going?
Officer Inati. Thomas Smith just called me and threatened me with a gun. He's very upset over his medications. He hasn't gotten his refills and his provider is not available. So I did try to satisfy him by asking another provider to give him a short supply until he can be seen by his routine physician. And he became very, very irate and very upset with me. He said he was going to come in with a gun and take care of all of us. So I thought that I should call you to report this because it could be something serious.
Yes, definitely. This is something that's, you know, definitely has to be reported, and it's good that you followed policy and you called me, so let me get a little more information from you so I could do some follow-up work on my part.
Okay.
So we can try to find out what's going on here.
Okay.
So, what did you say his name was again?
Thomas Smith,
All right. And when did he call?
about 5 minutes ago.
5 minutes ago. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you get a phone number or do anything?
He was
that-
calling from home.
Okay, from home. Okay. And you said that he was it was about medication issues, and then he
His
threatened to
pain
use-
medicine, yes. He's
Okay.
very upset because he hasn't gotten his refills like he was supposed to.
Okay, and you said something about he threatened to use a gun.
Yes, he said that he was going to bring in a gun and take care of all of us.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, hey, look, like I said, it's good you called us.
Okay.
Let me do some follow-up work here,
Okay.
and I'm going to notify the people that need to be notified,
Okay.
and I'll definitely follow up back with you, and we'll let you know what's going on.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right,
Thank
sound
you
good?
very much, Officer United.
All right. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Why would a patient that we're treating make a threat?
Well, there are a number of reasons, and we can take our pick, but I would say primarily is because they experience some sort of distress. Anytime someone is in distress and they are not immediately attended to, that distress tends to escalate and oftentimes it comes out in a form of a threat.
Being a veteran myself, I sometimes see how sometimes things can get a little frustrating. There are quite a few of us veterans here in the system, and we do time to time it gets overwhelming, for staff as well, and sometimes it just gets difficult. If there's a patient who's in pain and he needs medication and he's just in unbearable pain, and he's not getting the service that he wants immediately in his view because that pain is so unbearable, it kind of adds a little bit of frustration, which can eventually turn into a threat.
So would TBI, traumatic brain injury, fall into that cognition piece?
Without a doubt. We may have a psychiatric condition. We may have a pain issue, a medical condition that affects us. And if a person really has not had the ability in the past to know how to express themselves and has received continual attendance to that pain issue or their psychiatric condition, but finds themselves in a moment when attention is not given and their frustration builds and they have limited frustration tolerance, then you may see that type of an outburst, one that includes a verbal threat.
Those are injuries that sometimes that are uncontrollable, so it might be a hard time for a person who has something like that because they know that they can't control it or they don't even know that it's happening the way that it is.
If a threat is made and the staff believes it's a credible threat, but nothing is done about it, there is a sense of letdown on the part of the staff member who truly believe that he or she may be harmed by this patient.
The police department, mainly what we're going to do is we're going to get the initial call from the employee, and we're going to investigate that and find out as much information as we can from the employee. So we will obviously go to the employee's office, wherever it may be, talk to them, ask some questions, some basic general questions, the old who, what, where, when, how, and why. Get as much information as we can, go from there, and then further along we're going to, per like SOPs that we may have, go from there and do a little more investigating on our own part, maybe making some phone calls or talking to other resources that we may have.
Okay, so when a call comes in, you act on every phone call that you get from a staff member?
Yes. One thing I would suggest is we've got to remember here that people can sometimes read how you are acting as well. So if you keep the old cool, calm, collective attitude, sometimes that will be reflected onto the patient themselves, whether it's a phone call or in person, and they'll see the fact that you are calm and cool and collective, and it may help out the situation as well. So, just avoiding things that maybe might spur them up even more, no aggressiveness, nothing that's going to maybe be condescending at any point. So I always live on the whole cool, calm, collective thing, and usually that always wins the fight.
It is the policy of the Medical Center ROPC to ensure the safety and security of its visitors, staff, and patients. Any telephone calls of a threatening nature or any that imply harm to life and/or property will be handled in a serious manner. Such calls will be documented and reported to police service immediately.